behind the sofa.
Oh, is that flip? Is that flip HD or?
I don't know. It's like he basically plugs right. You can plug it right in to put Facebook stuff, and
Here we go.
so he likes it for that.
Put the little gate up.
Yeah.
I'm just fulfilling my mission, you know. I'm the cameraman.
Really?
Yeah, close the door.
Does James go back in the footage when you get home?
That's right. He'll edit
Swipe it out. Black and white recovery section.
No,
Like
he'll
that.
give us high.
Across the universe or whatever.
I'm like, oh yeah, I love that movie. They did those great versions of those Beatles songs and everything. And he goes, I've got it. And next thing I know, he puts it on and we're watching it. And then the dogs are jumping around and everything. And then he goes, I'll bring you a copy. And I'm thinking, oh, that's cool. But then we couldn't play it when we got home. It played like the first 10 seconds. The first 10 seconds. So I went out and bought it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Teaser.
It's really like cool, you know, he's got the labels that print out and
Yeah.
everything. And I sit there and handwrite it on there, right? And he he does this beautiful presentation, and then I tested some of the CDs out in our car stereo, and they wouldn't play. So again, you know, it was kind of like maybe there's something with his encoding or something.
Mm-hmm. Maybe the burner he has isn't like standard for most people's
I don't
equipment.
know. Well, it wouldn't play in the car, so that's pretty. You know, the car's got a good stereo system.
The formats are usually there's so many different formats now for video and audio.
Yeah.
It's like, I mean, trying to like encode it and like go back and.
You
I mean,
probably, if he was able to, like, you know, check your system out, he could figure out which way he needed to.
Yeah, but it seems like you would, you know, if you're going to burn something, that it should be something that would play and.
Hey, John, it seems the right way, doesn't it? But
Yeah. You shouldn't be recording all this because it sounds like I'm dissing James on that.
Okay, backpedal a little bit more.
That's kind of horrible.
Remember when they had those fish, the bass or whatever, they would sing on that?
Yeah.
They had all those like
Yeah.
the parrots and stuff, and then
Yeah.
stick it on the wall.
How many batteries does that use?
I haven't checked yet. Isn't he funny? I went into CVS for something, and used to be our Long Strike Store, and they had these sitting on the shelf, and it said, you know, to press me or something, to hear me or something, and I did, and I just couldn't resist it.
That's all you need to do to scare that cat.
No, she goes up and nudges them like she likes them.
While they're singing.
That one might be fading a little bit.
You're the little.
Let's
Jeff, are you getting all this?
Well, it was a sad memory, really. I'm sorry I did it, but it was.
Oh no, that was pretty cool. I wish I had filmed that,
Everybody was
along with Dad's Uncle Jim
something
story.
I remembered from Christmas, and I thought about when I was a child and everything, but the memory that was the hardest was when we moved from New Jersey to California, and I was just starting high school. Actually, I finished 9th grade in a junior high, and then
She had to repeat.
I was going to go to 10th grade at Trenton Trenton High School, and I was really looking forward to it. I had a lot of friends. I was even dating a boy.
So there.
His name was John March. How close can it be, right?
Well, when I went out with a girl named Nancy March.
And yes,
I
and
remember.
it was close. You know, he was Catholic actually. Anyway, I was so bummed out that I was leaving all my friends. I was leaving, go to high school, this wonderful high school, and I came out here, and I'd been able to. We lived in a suburb, and I was able to go into town with my friends on a bus, wasn't really, big city more.
Oh.
We came out here. I was living on the side of a mountain. I had to take a bus to school. So after school was over and I couldn't stay around and hang out with my friends, I couldn't see my friends,
All chicken farmers.
I had to go home on the bus to a hillside where it was, just, my aunt had chickens and ranch stuff. And
200 acres.
No friends there. And all I did was go back and forth to school and see people in class.
Well, you get to shoot at 22.
Well, you had the Russian River there. Shoot.
It was up in Healdsburg. You know where Healdsburg is now, Michelle, right?
Yeah.
It's up in the area, up in Napa Valley.
If only you could have had a pig like Wilbur or something. Yeah.
But we
If only your family could have hung on to some of that land.
Some pig.
We wouldn't be sitting here right now. We'd
on our way to the
be.
prom. And at the prom, we never made it.
Accident?
He was driving, we were double dating. We drove to Santa Rosa and had dinner, and there was no drinking, and then we were to go to the prom. Well, it was a 2-lane road with soft shoulders, and he was sometimes inattentive driving, so he may have been leaned over to kiss his girlfriend or something in the front seat, and he must have seen some mailboxes or something on the side and it was going to hit, and he put the brakes on and flipped us over 4 times on the side of the road. And this was a road that logging trucks took, so it was really dangerous. We ended up with the car on its side, upside down kind of, and some friends that saw the accident from the school stopped and helped us and got us out of the car. And my brother was thrown out because there weren't seatbelts in. And he had a really bad head injury. And
Never been the same.
luckily, I was dating a football player, and we were in the back, and he threw me to the floor. And he was strong, so I was more protected, even though I had scratches and bruises and stuff. We never got to the prom, and we got to the county hospital, and my brother was, I guess, in intensive care or something. And then I was with the other girl, and I was like comforting her. And my date, Gary, was, I think his back was somewhat injured, but he was okay. The rest of us were okay. And so they called my mother, and she didn't drive, and we were in the family car, so she didn't have any transportation because my dad was in Guam. And so they took me home, and my aunt took my mother to the county hospital where they had taken him, and that was, a story. And then he was taken to the Healdsburg General Hospital from the county hospital, and later they moved him to the French hospital in San Francisco. And then when my father was able to make the connection, he was taken to a naval hospital in Oakland called Oak Knoll. And there's where he recovered from his head injury. So that was really traumatic. I never kind of got over that. I never liked driving freeways or anything since then, but I do when I have to. So it was a bad memory.
Car wrecks.
Yeah. But he was like that. He had several accidents after that. Anyway.
Front, this, gridded thing when the guy's all, from Australia or something. He's like, ooh, that's scary. And then Pete got the Guinness Book of World Records. So it's like they opened that up and they're like, and like,